Good morning, this is Kelly from Appalachian Memory Keepers, and as you can see all around me, it is incredibly cold and dreary and cloudy here on top of the mountain, but that is okay because we are actually going to do a little bit of time travel and go back to a warm sunny day last July when I traveled to a remote mountain holler here in Ashe County, North Carolina, and visited an old family homestead where I got to talk with Miss Monty. She told me all about the history of the place, and it was fascinating. Let's go.
My name is Monty Ann Little DeBoard. I was born in 1938. We are sitting in a hollow between Hilton and Grassy Creek, North Carolina. This is the family farm of my late husband.
How did your husband's family first acquire this farm here?
I'm not sure whether it was a grant or where they purchased it, but we have the deed from 1814 that he bought the land. This farm was originally about 3 times bigger than our portion. Benjamin DeBoard owned it all. He had 3 sons, Ed, Jonathan, and Cicero, and they each had a section here.
What did they farm on this land?
They had cattle, milk cattle, and they grew beans, they grew corn and tobacco. My father-in-law would haul milk out from here all the way down to the road every day.
So tell me what this piece of land, located way up here in the holler, what's it mean to you and your family?
It means everything. To me personally, by my daughter, particularly the one that you met, is very attached to this place. She calls it her happy place. And all of her cousins still have very strong feelings about this, and they come back every year for reunions from all over the East Coast, from Florida, Mississippi, all the way to Pennsylvania, and they're here every year. It's a wonderful feeling of closeness, and they love this place. They really do.
Why?
Family, to begin with, but I don't know, there's just something about this place that they feel very close to. And not only the cousins, but I've never had a visitor here who didn't want to stay.
What do you think life was like for the people growing up here, 100 years ago?
Life was hard. There was no doubt about that. They did not have a lot of money. They grew most of what they needed, and what little they had to buy came from what they were able to sell and to do. And so it was not easy. But they had a good life as far as they were concerned.
Tell me about some of the buildings here. Tell me about the old barn over there.
That barn is very old. The siding is chestnut. And it's been here for a number of years. I'm not sure how long it's been here, but for a very long time. And they had cattle, they had horses, and it was just one of the buildings. There was also the granary, which is further up, and the Brooder House, as they called it here, where my mother-in-law raised little chickens, little babies, and had chickens on the farm, the usual things on the farm that they had. This building directly over here to my left is the woodshed. And they had, of course, had to cut all of their wood and do everything. They were very busy all year long just surviving. They were very self-sufficient here. They were able to grow and make do with most things, but there were certain things that they couldn't produce here. And that was why they sold what few things they had or grew in order to have enough money to buy things like coffee and sugar and things that they could not grow here. When they needed to go to a store, they went to Grassy Creek. There were usually some little stores around. There used to be one just at the bottom of our road here. It's about falling in now. That was originally the school at Hilton, but our neighbors who lived down there moved the store there and ran it for a number of years, and they had basic things there that they could purchase.
So what was your first reaction, you driving all the way? Because you grew up in town, so you were a city girl, driving out here in the boonies. What was your first thought coming way up here?
I was a little surprised when I came here for the first time. I really was. It was a new experience for me even then. And the house was different. At that time, they did not, they had electricity, but no bathrooms or anything. That was all added here in 1960.
How did they welcome you to the family? Were they happy to meet you and see you?
Absolutely. And I adored my in-laws. They were very nice people, very welcoming to me.
Where'd you grow up in Jefferson?
Actually, I've lived in several places in Jefferson. For a brief period of time, my dad had a business in town. He was a plumber, and he had a plumbing and heating business. But then his dad needed help on the farm, and that farm was down on the New River. As you go past Jefferson Landing and on down to the river, the farm is there. The house is no longer standing, but there's a barn and a spring house that's still visible there. I lived for a period of time with my mother's parents, which was in the Wagoner community. And, well, as I said, we owned a business in town for a while. We had lived in an apartment then. So I've lived in really three basic places there until my parents built the home in 1951, where I mostly grew up.
And so you went to Jefferson School?
Mm-hmm. Graduated from Jefferson School.
First in your class?
No. But not too far from the top.
Did you like school?
I loved school.
Why did you like school?
I just liked everything about it. I liked learning. I liked my friends that were there. We had a good sports team at that time, and I was a cheerleader. So I enjoyed life there. Well, did you know, or did anybody ever tell you that at West Jefferson School, they would bring big loads of beans in to the gym, and the students there would break the beans, and they would take them to the cannery at Beaver Creek and have them canned in tin cans. And they did that to make money for the school.
I've never heard that story. Wow. So they brought them to West Jefferson School. Would they put them in the gym or something?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, how long would, like, a class come in and do it, or the whole school? Or
I'm not sure, because I did not go to West Jefferson. I've just heard my friends talk about fixing beans for the cannery to make money for the school.
So the kids weren't getting paid. They were
Oh, no.
They were slave labor.
They were slave labor.
They had to do it. Wow, that's an incredible story. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. One of the things that I like best about doing interviews for Appalachian Memory Keepers is that I never know from interview to interview what stories I'm going to hear and what information I'm going to rediscover that's maybe been lost to time. But by doing these interviews, we're able to uncover them and, most importantly, record them for posterity. so that our children's children will have information about who they are and where they came from. I think that's really important, and I would bet that you do too, because that's why you watch our channel. As always, thank you so much for supporting us. We could not do what we do without you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and it helps us so much with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, I hope you all are blessed, and we'll see you on down the road. See ya.